brothers and sisters of the Triune, you are hereby called upon to witness the unveiling of a new weapon in our fight to win Sanctuary. In a feat of necromantic expertise, our members have patched together a fearsome warrior, sculpted from the bodies of fallen legends. The cathedral boasts of their angel. We now have a contender. He shall slumber until called upon. On the next blood moon, gather at the altar and awaken him with us.
So that's how you clear a tier 100. Let's talk about the build a little bit. I'm using a double swing barbarian. It's just a variation of the normal build that we have. We start with lunging strike until we reach to the combat lunging strike. Then we put 5 ranks in double swing, and I prefer the furious double swing to the violent one because this gives me perma berserking after I trigger it with the combat lunging strike or with Warcry. Then we go down 1 point in rallying cry until we reach tactical rallying cry, 1 point in challenging shout towards tactical challenging shout, 3 points in imposing presence, 1 point in Warcry until we reach the power Warcry, 3 points in the shouts trifecta, then swiftness for movement speed, damage reduction while berserking, prolific fury, 3 points each, pit fighter, so that we have increased damage to close and reduce from distant, steel grasp 1 point, and I'm still debating if fighter steel grasp, which gives berserking, or the 1 additional charge from warrior steel grasp, then 1 point in tactic skin and 3 points in counter offensive, 3 points in wallop since I'm using Mason in one of the one-handed weapons, and 3 points in concussion. I'm working towards leaning towards crowd control build, so you can see that the 2 points that are the 2 seconds that are normally the stun duration are 3.47 seconds here. I'm using Unbridled Rage, And the 1 point left I've put in Tempered Fury. You can also put it in No Mercy to increase the critical strike against immobile, stunned, or slowed enemies, or you can put it in Martial Vigor. The Paragon, let's go quickly over the Paragon. In the starting board, I've put Territorial. I've tried to take all the damage and armor notes that I possibly could have taken. The second board is Warbringer. Here I've put Rat. I've went towards the Max Fury notes on both sides of the glyph, but I'm missing some maximum fury. Then the next board is Weapon Master. Here I've put Ambidextrous. The next board is Decimator. Here I've went for the vulnerable damage node, and I'm using the Martial glyph. On the fifth board we have Flawless Technique. Here I've put Disemboweled. Disemboweled is really nice for when killing an enemy. It has a 10% chance to reduce the cooldown of the non-ultimate active cooldowns. This helps with the cooldowns of all the shots, and here I went for the critical strike damage node. And on the last board, which is Carnage, I've put Exploit, and here I've tried to take all the additional damage while berserking and berserking damage while berserking. You can put, instead of this one, you can also put Bonebreaker and just aim for the here it is, the 8% and total armor. Like here we have, I think, 14% total life and 200 armor that you can take. For the gear, for the expertise, I'm using two-handed axe for the vulnerable damage multiplier. For the gear, I'm using Disobedience on the head. Here you're looking for total armor, max life, and cooldown reduction, since I'm leaning heavy towards the ground control duration. I'm using that. You can use for the last part. You can use berserking duration, or maybe maximum fury would be also probably even better. On the chest, I have Numbing Rat. Here you can have damage reduction, total armor, any kind of damage reduction would be great. Honestly, for the gloves, I have 4 ranks in double swing, attack speed, critical strike chance. For the last, I would prefer lucky hit chance. That would be great for me. As an aspect, I'm using the accelerating aspect. I'm still debating if I should put the accelerating aspect on the two-handed axe and switch the berserk ripping to the gloves. I like the speed that I get at the moment. Maybe it will be better if I switch them around and get to 50% attack speed after critical strike with the core skills, but yeah, I like this setup at the moment. For the pants, I have aspect of mind here. Here you would be looking for something like damage reduction, total armor, damage reduction from close, fortified. Damage reduction from injured would be really great here. It could really stack if you have it on a few pieces. On the boots, I'm using aspect of audacity. I know that people prefer different aspects on the boots, but even though it's 20 seconds cooldown, um, I find out that it really helps my crowd control. Here I have movement speed, fury cost reduction, and damage reduction while injured. On the instead of the all stats, I would prefer to have berserking duration. That would be great. Also on the two-handed mace, which is a stat stick mainly, I have vulnerable damage, crit strike damage, all stats, and strength. For the other two-hander, I'm using polearm for the damage to injured enemies. A two-handed axe would be also great here, but I don't have one that has vulnerable crit, all stats, and strength. Here I'm using the smiting aspect. As you can see, you increase your critical strike chance to 40% against injured enemies, and while you're healthy, you gain 80% increased crowd control duration. The crowd control duration helps not only with the stuns from the mace hits from the audacity aspect, but it also extends the challenging shout. And with this setup, I found out that my challenging shout is up all the time. For the one-handers, I have, as I said, one is a mace, again vulnerable, crit strike, all stat, strength. Here I have the Edge Masters aspect. Currently I'm running Ramaladnis Magnum Opus. I would have loved for it to be higher item power, also with the one-handed mace too, but yeah, I don't have one with higher item power. For the rings, currently I'm running critical strike and resource generation. Those are the two main things that I've been aiming to get. On this one I have critical strike, maximum life, resource generation, and max fury. On this one I have crit strike, chance, resource generation, weak hit, and vulnerable. On the amulet, I have cooldown reduction, damage reduction, movement speed, and ranks to defensive skills. Here I have the Limitless Rage. I've found out that the combination of the Magnum Opus and the Limitless Rage on Amulet or one of the two-handers would be great, but since I've put my two-handers, like lock them with berserk shaping and the smiting one. I think here's quite a nice place, and for the rings I have both Chieftain and Echoing Fury. For the hearts, the devious one is the knockdown for 1.25 seconds. This also increased by the crowd control duration. I have a barber heart, and the brutal heart is the one that 19% the damage is suppressed. So this is the build. I hope you liked it. With this one, I have around 42.5% critical strike chance, around 300% critical strike damage, 350 maybe with the dual wield, around 240 vulnerable, and some damage to close injured while berserking, physical bleed, dual and core. The damage reduction is okay as a whole. I would have preferred maybe to have damage reduction from while injured on the pants and the amulet. Try to get to around 80% damage reduction while injured, but like this, you saw that you can also defeat the tier 100. So thanks for watching and see you next time.